To say that federal court hearings in Minnesota are a bit of a hot mess right now would be understating it. Habeas corpus lawsuits against the Trump administration are piling up, and sudden resignations of more than a dozen federal prosecutors in our state are leading to a massive backlog of cases. And to top all of that off, a lawyer that came in to help stop the bleeding has now been removed after standing in court yesterday and telling a judge, the system sucks, this job sucks. Here's Kent.
At a hearing in federal court in St. Paul on Tuesday, Judge Jerry Blackwell again pushed the U.S. Attorney's Office for answers about failures to comply with court orders demanding the timely release of people unlawfully detained during Operation Metro Surge, adding, quote, "The court has had hundreds of these at this point." Attorney Julie Lee, who normally works as an ICE attorney in immigration court, responded in part, "They are overwhelmed and they need help. So I have to say stupidly enough, to volunteer. I have to be honest, we have no guidance or direction on what we need to do. And so when you showed up, they just throw you in the well and then here we go." In less than a month, Lee inherited nearly 100 habeas cases, including the case of a 19-year-old named Oscar, a Minnesota resident and South St. Paul grad who had legal status and a work permit, but was still detained for 19 days despite 3 court orders demanding his release. "I am not defending it," Lee said, adding, "I did put in my resignation from the job too, but they couldn't find a replacement. Sometime I wish you would just hold me in contempt, Your Honor, so that I can have a full 24 hours of sleep. I work days and night just because people are still in there. The system sucks. This job sucks. And I am trying every breath that I have so that I can get you what you need." A day later, a Department of Justice spokesperson tells us Lee's detail with the U.S. Attorney's Office is now over. In response to her concerns, they added, if rogue judges followed the law in adjudicating cases and respected the government's obligation to properly prepare cases, there wouldn't be an overwhelming habeas caseload or concern over DHS following orders. Though Judge Blackwell didn't respond directly, he offered this explanation Tuesday, saying in court, "What we really want is simply compliance, because on the other side of this is somebody who should not have been arrested, in some instances in the first place, who's being hauled in jail and put in shackles for days, if not a week plus, after they've been ordered released." Lee responded, "I share the same concern with you, Your Honor. I am not white, as you can see, and my family's at risk as any other people that might get picked up too. So I share the same concern, and I took that concern to heart. But again, fixing a system, a broken system, I don't have a magic button to do it. I don't have the power or the voice to do it. I only can do it within the ability and the capacity that I have." And again, Julie Lee has now lost that capacity, and she's not alone. Assistant U.S. Attorney Anna Voss, who also handles these cases, was in court yesterday, but won't be for long. She's among the 14 people who have recently resigned from that office. In response, the DOJ is reportedly requiring U.S. attorneys across the country to rapidly assign prosecutors that will be available to respond to other districts. According to Bloomberg Law, which broke that story, these so-called emergency jump teams will be used in areas that need urgent assistance. And Jana, I think that we qualify.
Yeah, I would think that we would be at the top of the list there. But even if they do come, there's still those hundreds of backlogged cases.
There certainly are. There are a lot. Now, Julie Lee and the others have said that they have made progress in recent days. We know that they've been trying, but there are still a lot of just unanswered questions about how all of this happened, and that's what the judges are trying to determine.
All right, yet another mess. Thank you so much, Kent. We'll be right back.